Hello, good day everyone. It's Michael with CareerStacker. So I wanted to make a follow-up video to my last one on meditation to help take it a step further so that when you begin to create that separation of automatic versus purposeful thoughts, the next logical question becomes, well, that's great. I now accept and realize and see that this phenomenon is occurring. What do I do with all this time in between when I'm having an automatic thought and when I'm responding to it? Well, that's where cognitive behavioral therapy comes in. See, most people believe that we have an event that occurs and then we have a feeling as a result of what that event is, right? We were cut off in traffic, I yell at the person. But the truth is, and what cognitive behavioral therapy tells us, is that there's actually a step in the middle. So we have events, and then based on that event, we have beliefs, perceptions, and thoughts about that event. And it is actually those thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions that lead to our feelings. So, in the scenario of being cut off, well, if we hear the engine revving, look over and see with our eyes that it is a BMW cutting us off, it isn't necessarily the car in front of us, getting close to us and getting in our lane that makes us angry, but it's the fact that it's a BMW. They didn't use their blinker. We feel that they're an entitled person that believes the rules don't apply to them, and all kinds of other thoughts that we have and definitions that we assign. And because of that, we react in anger. We believe we've been treated unfairly. We have this angst within us. But what if we were to follow that person because we're going to give them a piece of our mind, only to see them pull into a hospital and run around to the other side and pull out an injured child that they're carrying in their arms and running into the hospital? Well, see, at that moment, now you might have different feelings. You might be filled with compassion, seeing that they're trying to help their child. Maybe you feel shame at the definitions that you put on because you've been, following them and yelling at them in your car this whole way. It's that the old saying, "Do you judge a book by its cover?" Well, we all, of course, as parents and adults and mentors and everything else, will say, of course not. We would never judge a book by its cover. We want to read the book and get the information and learn more about it before we cast judgment. Well, in the same way, we can't judge events by their cover until we either learn more about them or until we have a chance to assign definitions. And sometimes the definition we assign is, I don't have enough information to define this event. But by building through meditation this separation, this concept of all the thoughts that come into my head are not necessarily me. I don't have to choose to entertain them. I don't have to make them part of who I am. In the exact same way, we now have to look at the definitions that we put on things, on events. Take, for example, a breakup. Many people watching this will have experienced a breakup in their life that at the time was very devastating and hurtful and painful. But then later on, they got into another relationship that they felt happy and fulfilled and everything was good. In the moment of loss, it's very difficult for us to accept that this could be for our own good because, again, we feel loss. It's very natural. But we then saw that we did eventually find someone else and our life did go on and happiness was restored. So, take this, for example, here I have a quarter. If I hold on to this quarter with all of my might, how is anyone ever going to slip a dollar bill into my hand? The truth is that they can't. I'm holding on to it with all of my might. But sometimes we have to let go of things in order for our hands to be open to receive the next best thing. Right? If we worked at McDonald's and never got fired, we might still be at McDonald's. But luckily, we did get fired for something stupid. We learned the lesson to not do that, to be more respectful, to show up on time, to not throw burgers across the kitchen, whatever it may have been. And then we also found a better job that allows us to earn more and provide better and those types of things. So really take a look at the definitions that you put on events so that you can begin to either find the good in them or at least open yourself up to the possibility of good. See, way too often what will happen is an event happens, and at the moment of the event, we have all the possibilities in the world, right? But when we choose negativity, when we choose and decide to define this event as negative and something bad happening, what we're really doing is collapsing the number of possibilities of how this event could unfold. Because let's be honest here, if we lose our job and we think to ourselves, this is terrible, this is the worst thing that's ever going to happen, we get into a depressed state, we're not sure how we're going to pay our bills, maybe we turn to drugs and alcohol, all of these things can lead to very negative things. But if we lose our job and say, I love that job, I'm not sure what it is I'm going to do, but this is going to give me the opportunity to maybe find something better, at least you are open to those possibilities. At least they're not turning to drugs and alcohol to try to cope with what's going on. So in many cases, how we define things, the label that we put on events in the moment, is going to greatly dictate our mindset toward that event and also what we stand to learn. The truth is that there's always something to learn. Every business venture that fails provides information to build the next business better. Every relationship that ends provides you with knowledge and other ways to be a better partner for your next relationship. So take a look at your definitions that you put on things. Again, we've, through meditation, are starting to establish a separation and more time in our mind to respond rather than react to events. So part of that is taking a look at the event as it unfolds, and rather than immediately jumping to anger, immediately being depressed, immediately labeling this as a sad and the universe is against us type of event, try to find the positivity, or at least give yourself permission to wait. Remember, an event can be neutral. I don't know what is going to happen of me losing this job, of this breakup, but I'm open to wait and see. I know that life goes on, and I trust that everything works out together in my favor for the good. So that was it. I just wanted to add, again, this additional context about the mind and beliefs, especially on the back of my meditation video. I didn't want people to say, great, well, I've created the separation. What do I do with this now? Thanks for the additional time. It's now we're going to start taking a look at those beliefs, how we assign them, and by updating our definitions, by trying to find the silver lining, by sometimes even just remaining neutral until we have more information, we'll find that we leave ourselves open, we have more mental clarity, and we're able to, face these tasks and face these challenges and get them knocked out and clear our plates and move on to the next challenge. So that was it. I thank you everyone for your time. Again, my name is Michael. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, smash the like button, or feel free to reach out to us at info@CareerStacker.com. Until next time, thank you so much for your time.